Hello dear students, welcome back to the today's video. In this video we will begin with a new concepts with the same interlinked whatever we discussed previously. See, I have got here one of the explanation. Zn plus 2 and titanium plus 4 are said to be colorless. Why? We all know that in Zn what happens? Zn plus 2 it is going to lose 2 electrons of s orbital. Ns orbitals are lost. 4s electrons are lost. Okay, but after losing these electron also it is said to be completely filled. Okay, when the completely filled orbital is present with respect to zinc, in the sense no electrons are taking part in the bonding or no electrons are interacting at all. When there is no electrons are interacting, in the sense they will be showing, they will not show any coloring property, magnetic property, and on everything is zero. So Zn plus 2 is considered to be what? Colorless. Similarly, this also, see here, titanium, you go for the atomic number for titanium and write electronic configuration for titanium. From that you remove 4 electrons. Once you remove 4 electrons, what will be the configuration, how many electrons are remaining, and all everything you check out. Here also we will be getting titanium as that of zinc only, completely completely empty orbitals are becoming, that is d0 s0 it will show. When that is the case, what will happen here? No electrons are there for the interaction. Once there is no electrons are there for the interaction, we could tell that all the two, that is titanium plus 4 and Zn plus 2, are said to be colorless. They doesn't show any coloring property. Okay, so here for your knowledge I have written configuration and their color. Nowhere they are going to ask you regarding this color, what is the color of the metal, they are not going to ask you, but they will ask you comparison. This scandium, that is chromium, has color, Sc plus 3 doesn't have. The other metal have color, Ti plus 4 doesn't have. Vanadium plus 3 has color, Ti plus 4 doesn't have. Why? Like this comparison they will be giving you. If you consider metal ions like scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese with their different oxidation states, in one oxidation state they will be showing color, and the other oxidation state doesn't. Scandium in its 3d 0, it will be losing all the electrons present in them, it doesn't show any color. Similarly, titanium plus 4, what we have discussed here, it doesn't show any color. But in case of titanium plus 3, definitely we are going to obtain one unpaired electron present, so it shows purple color. Vanadium plus 4 shows blue, vanadium plus 3 shows green, chromium plus 3 shows violet, Mn plus 3 shows violet, as well Mn plus 3 shows pink. Both they will be showing here. Okay, so now no, it is something different, I guess. Let me check it and tell you. The magnetic property, what already I discussed, the same formula I have written here. The transition metal ions generally contain one or more unpaired electrons. Whenever transition metal ions contain one or more unpaired electrons, then only we can find out magnetic momentum. So magnetic momentum is represented in the form of Bose magneton, and the formula is this formula, quantum numbers we have studied. Okay, so spin quantum number, Jumthal quantum number, spin quantum number, principal quantum number, all those, that is magnetic quantum number also we have studied. Where we have studied these all things in the chapter structure of atom, physical part of the first year PUC. So if you remember this formula, it is well and good. With the help of this only we can calculate the magnetic momentum. Okay, then coming to this one, as I told you, I've taken other example also to calculate the magnetic momentum value. These questions definitely they will ask you in the examination. Don't ignore these are very important, and I'm explaining at the maximum of my best. So calculate the spin only magnetic momentum of CO plus 2. CO, it is 27, 3d7, 4s2 is the configuration. So CO plus 2, you will have 3 electrons present as a lone pair, or I'm sorry, as a unpaired electrons. Unpaired electrons, you will be having n value, it will give you 3. When n value is 3 here, you are supposed to substitute this value in the formula, that is square root of n into n plus 2. How much you are going to get? N is 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 3 is a 15, and the value will be coming around 3.9 Bose magneton. And such questions can also be asked for your competitive examinations. They will be giving you 4 options. You are supposed to find out one of the correct option for the given question. Like that, we also have, see here, we have given with the atomic number 25. Atomic number they have given. So with the atomic number 25, how many lone pair of unpaired electrons are present? 3d5 4s2 is the configuration we can write here. This is Mn 25. Directly they will also give you atomic number Mn 25. Mn, how many unpaired electrons are present? There are 5 unpaired electrons are present. So 5 plus 2, it is 7. 7 5s are, you have to calculate, multiply and calculate, it is 36, and almost you will be getting 5.9 Bohr's magneton is the value for Mn. This is the magnetic moment calculation. Okay, so similarly you will have questions like this. So there will be 4 options will be given. I haven't written them, but I'm explaining these things very well to you. So we supposed to arrange these three. We supposed to arrange these three in the correct order of magnetic momentum. So very first we need to find out the oxidation state of these transition metals. So Mn, iron, cobalt are the transition metals. We have to find out the oxidation state. Mn is present in Mn plus 2. I have explained you how to find out the oxidation state of the transition metal in a given example. I have already explained these things. Apply the same and do calculate. That is Mn is plus 2. Okay, then iron is plus 2, as well cobalt is plus 2. You can check out this one. So these are the oxidation states of the metals which are present in these 3 examples. So plus 2, Mn plus 2, in the sense you will be definitely getting 3d5, cobalt 3d7, and we will be having Fe 3d6. These are considered as unpaired electrons of d orbitals. Based on these unpaired orbitals, unpaired electrons of orbitals itself, we will be calculating the magnetic momentum. So see here, as I told you, there are 5, 7, 6 unpaired electrons are present. Can we consider these as unpaired electrons? So number of unpaired electrons are high, number of unpaired electrons are high, higher will be the magnetic momentum value, and based on that magnetic momentum value which we have obtained here, we have to arrange these. So for first one, how much I have got? It is 5. Then I have got for iron, it is 4. Then I have got for cobalt, it is 3. So here this is the first option they will be giving you, then second, third, and so on. This question is exclusively for your JEE examination. This question is exclusively for your JEE, that is competitive examination. In the competitive examination, they will be giving you 4 options. You supposed to find out the oxidation state of the metals first, then you have to find out the number of unpaired electrons. Then you have to check out the n value. N value once you get, you can arrange them in a correct order. Out of 4, you have to choose the correct one. In the sense, almost all the 3 options which are present previous to these also, you have to find out the oxidation state. That's it. So this question is exclusively for your competitive examination. Let's move to the next one, that is, which of the following D block has half filled penultimate and anti-penultimate? It is very important question. I have one orbital. This is outer orbital. This is outer orbital, and it is said to be inner orbital, which is called as penultimate. Penultimate orbital must be half, as well as valence orbital, that is valence shell also be half. Which of the following D block has half filled penultimate as well as valence subshell, as well as valence subshell? ಯಾವುದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ವ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಐತಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರಾಗೂ ಹಾಫ್ ಫಿಲ್ಡ್ ಐತಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಶೆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪೆನಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಶೆಲ್ that also half filled? Which one is that? That is chromium. Chromium has got electronic configuration 3d5 4s1. This is also half filled. S capacity is what? 2, but only 1 electron. D capacity what? 10, but only 5 electron. It is also half filled. It is also half filled. So chromium is the example where we can consider its penultimate as well as valence shells are exactly half filled in nature. Okay, then we supposed to move to the catalytic property. So for this catalytic property, I must have to give you some certain introduction. So I'll do that one in our next session. But up to here, whatever I explained, including these JE question, what I've given here, such questions only can be asked for you. Do concentrate. Do concentrate. At the maximum, I have covered each and everything. Whatever you don't get in this chapter, up to here, whatever the explanation I've given, whatever you don't get, do ask me in the message. Try to message to my number, or give me a call. I would make your doubts more clear.